Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be why the narcissist kept breaking the relationship. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So, when you were in that relationship with the toxic person, yes, the narcissist, they were breaking that relationship. They try to break it from the minute they met you, even though they weren't even in that relationship with you, because they were trying to groom you. They were wearing a mask. They were manipulating you. They were using their eyes or the rosy cheeks or batting their eyelashes or using their intellect or their scriptures that they had recited or the way they walked or their status. They used something to lure you into that web of manipulation. You didn't know that a narcissist existed. You didn't know that this level of toxicity walked on 2 feet. On 2 legs. Now you're understanding so much more about not only narcissism, but humanity and empathy, and you're figuring out who you are. Having said those things, when the narcissist first laid their eyes on you, no matter when it was or how it was, they were beginning to study you. They were beginning to figure out how you did what you did, how people looked up to you, how you gave so effortlessly, the clothes you wore, your hairstyle, the way you used your words, your educational level, how much money you had, what kind of car you drove, if you were late, if you were on time, if you kept your word, if you were a person of honor and dignity and of respect and integrity. And they figured all of these things out. Now, you didn't realize that another person could study another person other than perhaps in a history book. Example, go back in time, whatever country you're from, and maybe you studied history in grade school or in high school or higher levels. Well, that's what we did because we want to learn from history and figure out what happened. Now, having said that, the narcissist was studying you in real time, in this present day. They were observing you. They were mimicking you. They were mirroring you. They were projecting on you. They did so many things that you could not even wrap your head around. You are a kind, loving, stable, healthy individual. And what you were doing was you were being preyed upon, P-R-E-Y-E-D, upon, by this toxic person who was trying to steal anything from you that they could get their grubby little fingers on, which includes your health, your mindset, your relationships, your hobbies, your money, your time, any tangible asset, and anything that made you you. Having said all these things, think about who the person is that you are considering. Do they have any core to them? Do they have any substance to them? Do they have any originality to them? No, no, and no. What they are or what they were mimickers. They were people that just took the best of other people. They took a little sliver of this person, a little slice of that person, a little lexicon of this person, and they put it all together in a blender, and then that would be the new mask. This is why what the narcissist takes from people, and they certainly took it from me for a period of time, and they probably took it from you, things like this. They take your hobbies, your restaurants, your favorite places, your favorite perfumes or colognes, the music that you liked, the clothes that you would wear, the pet names that were now ruined, or the vacation spots that you attended or didn't attend. This is what these people do. They take everything from you. And now, what do they do when they take it from you? Number one, they usually crumble up people like a sheet of paper, throw them away in the freeway, which is called the discard. But number two, then they use those experiences that took place or didn't, but what were from you. An example, let's say you wanted to travel to 3 countries, country A, B, C. Well, maybe you traveled to 2 and they were horrible experiences because the narcissist blew them up. And there's a 3rd country you wanted to travel to. You never got to go there because maybe the relationship ended before you could go, or maybe you just couldn't, they were stringing that along future faking, who knows. But they take those experiences and they use those as leverage for the new person, for the new supply. This is how they go from person to person, relationship to relationship, so effortless. It's because the narcissist is never committed. There is no originality to them. There's no core, there's no substance. They are like a boat in the middle of an ocean without a rudder or without an engine. That's why they need to get fuel sources or people such as yourself or myself. This is past tense before we acquired the wisdom, to be that engine, to be the life force, to be the person who would steer them and direct them and tell them when they're doing right or wrong. The narcissists what they really want is they want a person who is going to baby them, pamper them, be there for them, tolerate their poor behavior, turn a blind eye, and continue to come back tomorrow and say, "Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. May I have another?" That's not being comical. I lived the relationship for 6 years, and truth be told, I was in many other micro-narcissistic relationships, in workplaces and in other relationships before the apex predator, the narcissist, almost took me down for the count. But they didn't, because I'm here and you're here, and whoever you're considering didn't take you down for the count either. But as the thumbnail mentions, you must recognize why the narcissist was trying to break the relationship over and over again. It's because they were seeing how much you would tolerate. They were seeing how far they could push you before perhaps you did experience reactive abuse. They were seeing how much of your resources they could continue to insidiously take from you. They were seeing how much longer that they would observe you with your tank being not full and not halfway full, but maybe 3/4 full, and as it was, or a quarter full is what I meant, and as it was dwindling, get ready to insert the new supply. You see, as I shared with you earlier, the narcissist is loyal to nobody. They only care about themselves, and what they want is to keep multiple people on the hook, multiple people placed in that zombie-like, trance-like state, which is known as the narcissistic fog, for as long as those people will stay there. When you are there, it is a very debilitating, challenging, life-threatening, toxic place to be, because you weren't taught this in school, so you didn't know where you were. Your mind has been stolen from you. You didn't even realize that was possible. And your energy has been zapped, and now your resources are defunct, and they are really low. That's not even counting the smear campaign that was flying all around you. That's not even counting you being the unpaid helper, the walking apology, the sounding board, the cook, the chauffeur, the pool person, the person who paid for vacations and planned them. And the whole time you were in that relationship thinking that you were making a difference and thinking that you continue to put out the fires that the narcissist was starting intentionally. You could until you couldn't. Just like the narcissist could wear the mask until they couldn't. The more familiar the narcissist became with you, the less they wore the mask. The more they knew they had you in that zombie-like, trance-like state, the less they cared about you. The more your resources became depreciated, or your resources were becoming extinct, if you will, or being exhausted, the less they cared about you. This is why they're always looking for a fuel source. Again, as I've shared in so many thousands of videos, what a fuel source to you is probably putting gas or electric in your car, or paying the electricity bill in your house, or having an outlet in your house to plug in something or charge your phone, whatever it is. Okay, well, that's what you should be doing. That's what we all need and we all do. But people, the narcissist uses people that way. The narcissist uses people as appliances. I've shared this in a few videos recently. What do you think your cell phone is to the narcissist? It's a method of communication that they can text you or email you or call you. That is all true. Or send you packages, bogus, smelly sneakers or shoes from 5 years ago, because if they still know your email, they can probably do that, or your physical address. But the cell phone is actually a remote control that the narcissist uses to control multiple people from all over the planet at any time they want to. Think about why the narcissist is so glued and so attached to their phone. It's because they can get what is known as supply 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and 366 including leap year, and I think this or next year's leap year. I think it's next year. But having said that, this is what they do. They need supply. They need to matter to people. But it's not only they need to matter to people, they need to watch people's lives implode and to set and detonate the bomb of blowing up people's lives. Think about this. Maybe you were communicating with a person from a couple states away or countries away, and maybe you did speak the same language, and maybe you were talking, and one thing went from talking 5 minutes on the phone to 10 minutes, 10 minutes turned into 35, 35 turned into an hour, the hour turned into 3 hours, and now you're thinking, wow, this person really gets me. They like the same hobbies as me. When I say I'm gonna call them, they're available. When they say they're gonna call me, they're available. And now it's becoming a pattern. Example, now instead of just calling once in a while, now they're saying, hey, I wanna call you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 8 o'clock, and let's stay on the phone from 8 till 10. Is that okay with you? And you're saying, yeah, that sounds great, let's do that. Why would you be saying that? Well, number one, you don't have the wisdom. Number two, you're falling into a trap. Number three, they had done this before. Who in their right mind determines a sliver of a day when someone will call you on a schedule? A narcissist. Now you may say, well, not really, because I schedule other things with times and days when I call certain people. I get it, I understand that, but you're not toxic. The narcissist is. So that what they need to do is pencil people in into little parts of their schedule every day or evening, and they want to keep those people looking forward to communicating with the narcissist, so the narcissist can administer more and more of the venom that runs through them, and they're going to now run it through the phone to that person. And once that person's on the hook, now that Tuesday, Thursday, Friday night phone call from 8 till 10, Now it's the person's banking or hoping for or looking forward to those phone calls. And now they begin to become fewer and fewer in between. And now the 2-hour phone calls are turning into 10 minutes. Or now the person who turns out to be the narcissist hangs up or doesn't make the call at all, or says they're busy, or say, you're too needy, what's your problem? I can't believe, I knew I shouldn't have talked to you. See, this is how they spin it around, because they knew that they had that person on the hook. And this is why they continue to try to break relationships. Every relationship with the narcissist is different, but yet unique and similar to the other relationships. Some are for a few hours, some are for a few days, some are for months, years, some are for decades. But every behavior from the narcissist is similar to other behaviors of other toxic people, because these behaviors work, because these behaviors have gotten people on the hook in the past and they haven't failed. And if something doesn't fail for the narcissist, they will use it in their arsenal of abuse as long as they want to. This is why the narcissist always gaslights. It's why they give the silent treatment. It's why they hang up on people. It's why they keep people waiting. It's why they want to verbally abuse people. It's why they want to financially abuse people. It's why they withhold affection. It's why they can fake love and fake empathy. It's why they get married so they can have beards, B-E-A-R-D-S, as spouses, so they can blend in with society while they're cheating on their partner, or maybe even doing things, and I'm not even going to say what they would be doing, behind the scenes when their partner is at home, cooking, cleaning, and preparing for that person to come home. The cycle will always continue to go around and around. Now that you're getting the wisdom and you're applying the tools that are provided for you, you must recognize how important it is to get off the radar of these people and to go no contact and block them, delete them, remove them, and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. If not now, when? If you can't do it, I understand that, but get ready to create, develop, and execute your exit plan, because the narcissist will continue to try and break relationships over and over and over again. And just when you think, let's say the narcissist is your sibling, maybe it's your brother or sister, and you don't talk to them that frequently. Then let's just say, because some time has passed, you decide to reach out, or they reach out to you and check in with you, and you're like, wow, it's been a while. Let's see how they're doing. And you ask them some questions, and boom, boom, boom. Here you go, right back in the soup. They start blaming you for not talking to them. They start blaming you, telling you that you gained too much weight, you lost too much weight, you should be doing more or less at your job, why you are married, why you're not married, why you didn't do this, why you did do that. This is what they want to do. The narcissist wants to direct people into that destruction relationship. They want to lead people down to a path of nowhereness. They want to crush people's hopes, dreams, aspirations, futures, purposes. They want to steal people's energy and keep them trapped in that narcissistic fog, whether they're up close physical proximity with them, or they're on a phone 10,000 miles away, or through email. This is why you must get off the radar of these people, and this is why the narcissist kept breaking that relationship, because they were testing the temperature of you. They were seeing how much you would tolerate. They were seeing if you would continue to turn a blind eye, or if you would continue to turn the other way and continue to make excuses for them. And they would see how much longer you had in the tank, how much more fuel you had. Once the narcissist knew, and this is before you had the wisdom, once they knew that your resources were becoming really low, or perhaps you were catching on to them, even though you didn't know what narcissism was, maybe you were beginning to put up a boundary or say something or become unavailable to them, that's when they can sense that something's amiss. They don't have the control over you that they used to. When they begin to lose control, they only do one of two things. One, they will discard you. Or two, they will try to get you back under control, maybe by love bombing you or abusing you more, or acting like that didn't happen, or they didn't know what they were doing, or I didn't understand, or I didn't mean it that way. This is what the narcissist will do. But once they realize that someone is really catching on to them, they usually disappear like a cockroach in the kitchen at midnight when you turn the light switch on, because they do not ever want to be accountable. They can't introspect. They can't take the responsibility. They know they're toxic, but they won't tell you. And they don't and can't ever change. That's why these people break relationships over and over and over again. And that's why they kept breaking your relationship. You must understand it wasn't just your relationship they broke. They broke relationships with their kids, with their stepkids, with their siblings, with their parents, with their other friends, with their other romantic relationships, with their colleagues, coworkers, business associates, neighbors, people in hobby groups and or communities or neighborhoods that they were a part of. The narcissist goes through life and they do whatever they want to do. They want to steal people's energy. They want to act like it was their energy and that person is at fault. They want to take whatever they can, throw them away, discard them, wash, rinse, repeat, or rinse, wash, repeat, but they never think they'll ever be figured out. They never think someone's going to be strong enough to put two and two together. They never think that someone will see behind the mask. The narcissist always believes they also believe that the grass will always be greener, and that the new supply is going to provide so much more than you did, and the new supply has everything going for them. Well, that's not the truth. The truth of the matter is the new supply, again, as I've shared in so many videos, they are one of three people. One, they're a toxic person themselves. Number two, they are a recycled source of supply who hasn't figured out what narcissism is, or who hasn't been strong enough to go no contact. Or three, they are like you, a clean slate, someone who was naive, vulnerable, believing in, trusting in humanity, and not knowing what narcissism was. Those are the only three people that the narcissist can ever go into a relationship with, i.e., what the new supply will be. They will only be one of those three people. It's impossible to be anybody else. And you were one of those three people. You were either a recycled source, and I doubt it. You definitely weren't the narcissist, and if you were, please leave the channel. You're not welcome here. You were probably number three, a clean slate, and you were naive and vulnerable, as was I. But you didn't know back then what you know now. Now that you know it, you need to apply the tools and maintain your boundaries and go no contact, and recognize that your energy and your time and your resources are invaluable. They're priceless. And the narcissists tried to steal all those and more from you, but they failed. And yes, they did fail miserably. That's why you're here, getting your cup full. That's why you're here craving the wisdom, and that's why you're here getting the education. And that's why you realize, before I close this video, that it wasn't your fault. The narcissist lured you into their web of manipulation, into their web of chaos and confusion and control. And once they got you in that web, they knew that you weren't going anywhere for a period of time. Either A, till you figured it out, and most likely you didn't when you were still in it, or B, till they had chewed up or gobbled up or taken or bitten off as much of you as they possibly could, and then they would discard you. Or the third option, again, as I've shared in videos before, maybe you would stay on the hook for the rest of your life. But what happened, any way you cut it, you're here in the community, you're watching the video as I'm creating it, and you are getting the wisdom and the education, and you're out of the relationship, and you've either healed or you are healing. So you need to recognize and realize this relationship, it wasn't your fault. You did everything that you could have and more. You went above and beyond the call of duty. You did so much to build that person up and to build that relationship up, despite the fact you were putting them high on a pedestal to the detriment of yourself. You didn't know what you know now. You didn't know that you were helping out your worst enemy. You didn't know that you were helping out a dark energy source. You didn't know that you're helping out a person who's trying to destroy your life, but now you do, and now you understand. That's why you need to realize the narcissist kept on trying to break that relationship. They kept on pushing and pushing and pushing. And once they had that new supply lined up, then most likely they ended that relationship with you. Doesn't mean that's what happened, but it probably is what happened. And you must also know that behind the scenes, the narcissist had dozens, and I mean dozens, of other supply sources, not exclusive to romantic relationships, although they may have been, but other supply sources in the workplace, in the gym, in traffic, in the coffee shop, when they went shopping, when they get supply from making airline flights and then canceling them, or getting car rentals and canceling them, or keeping some CS person on the phone and blaming them for why they had to pay an extra $2 in shipping when the whole shipping should have been $2.50, and they had to pay $2.70, whatever, 20 cents instead of $2. You get it. The point is, the narcissist will look for drama, confusion, and chaos, and they will look to keep people stuck. That's why when you're out, you need to get out. You need to recognize that you were in a relationship that was unfixable. It was going to end one way or the other, because they all have expiration dates, and that you are out and you need to heal. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. I love you all. God bless you. I love you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And recognize this. When you were in the relationship, when things were going a little too good, you always knew in the back of your mind that another shoe was going to drop. You knew it, but you didn't know why or how. Now you understand, when things were going too good when you were in that relationship, it was because you were in a good space. The narcissist was topped up with supply. They were on cloud 9, whether it was from your supply or someone else's, or who knows what it was from, but they can't have stability. So when they sensed that things were going a little too well with you and with them and with whatever, then they said, wait, this isn't how it's supposed to be. I need to throw a monkey wrench in this, and I need to create drama and confusion, slam doors, and create an intentional argument. That's what these people do. They can never, ever, ever have stability, commonplace, and togetherness. They need to have disruption. That's why they're in that cycle of abuse that just continues to go around and around and around, and they can never escape it. But what they want is someone trapped in that cycle with them. That person is no longer you. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.